Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Rao coming to you on our daily series on a tip a day on wellness. We've been talking this for the last 40 days, and today is the 40th session. I do it on the weekdays at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Uh, I hope you are finding this little bit tidbits useful, and any uh, feedback or contributions, please feel free so. Okay. Otherwise, just listen and correspond. Come here, talk about that too. Number 40 is practicing patience. See, usually people talk about patience being a quality, either people have it or not, or they may are forced to be patient according to circumstances. But I'm talking about this patience that gives you take things one step at a time and appreciate the process of slow and steady progress, right? So that's what you want to practice, okay? Um, See, if you practice patience, it reminds you to take things as slow as possible or one step at a time, maybe put it that way, one step at a time, and appreciate the process of slow and steady progress. See, there is a ancient saying about prayers versus Shreyas. Prayers is about instant gratification, getting things done right away, versus prayers for the long term. So when you have that kind of discriminatory attitude, patience for the long-term benefit and able to withstand what is irritable or uncomfortable for us in the present, right? And you don't want them to happen right away. You want to take a little bit deliberate attitude about things. So that's a good principle to remember about, not instant gratification, but long term benefit for us, right? If you can remember that, prayers is the instant gratification and prayers is the long term benefit. Okay, that's a principle that is taught to us. Don't go for what is momentary and go for what is long lasting. Okay, kshanikam. Kshanikam means momentary. Don't go for that. Go for the thing that you will feel like that will going to be good for you in the long run. Okay, so the process of slow and steady progress. That's what we want to get it by being cultivating this patience, right? See, it's not only a virtue. This patience, right? Patience is not only a virtue, but also a skill. That's what I want to emphasize on. A skill that actually enhances your life quality by reducing stress and improving decision making. See, that's an important thing to understand, right? So we're going to go detailed exploration of the benefits of the patients and also what are the strategies to cultivate patience in everyday life. Okay, we're going to go through all of them a little bit. Okay, benefits. First of all, benefits of practicing patience. I think everybody is aware that it reduces stress because it reduces stress and anxiety because being patient helps you reduce frustration because you are not freaking out, and stress by allowing you to take not a instant irritable approach, but like a more measured approach to things. Okay, that itself kind of prevents stress and anxiety because when you allow yourself to let go, to be frustrated, to be taken over by the situations, obviously you have chemical reactions within you, and which will cause more stress and more. The more you are frustrated, the more you will have anxiety and stress built up, right? So, and number two is, as I said earlier, it does improve your decision making. How does it do it? It allows more time, right? When you are patient, you allow more time to thoroughly evaluate situations, right? Leading to better decision making and outcomes also. So that's a good thing in our life. Okay, and obviously when you are patient, when you are really tolerating people or attitude or whatever they are going through, uh, patience really it fosters better communication. You will take time and you will consider and you will do all that, and it also allows you to foster understanding in relationships. So when people feel that you are listening, you're understanding them, naturally they'll communicate better, right? So that is leads to more meaningful connections. So that's number three. So reducing the stress and anxiety is number one, and improving decision making is number two, and number three is enhancing relationships, right? And what happens is, persistence is a quality in achieving anything, right? Persistence, you have to have it, okay? And this patience increases your persistence, okay? So it's a key, right? It's a key to achieving long-term goals, right? So it helps you persevere through challenges without giving anything up. You are determined to achieve your end goal, and then patience is an important quality there. Okay, and number five is, patience boosts your empathy. Empathy is very, very important, because one quality about ancient wisdom taught me was that you see everybody as equal, and everybody is oneness. That means you are always relating to, not to the characteristics of their ego or personality, or their other attributes like a male, female, black or white, or race or gender, none of it, right? You see the human being as a human being, and then you would relate to the how they are feeling much better when you come from that perspective that we are all equal at that, right? And also, neighbor is you, you are the next person, and that is actually one of the very important factors of virtue, and also an important factor of ethical behavior in ancient wisdom lessons, right? So this empathy is boosted all the time, because you are patient and you are trying to understand the other people's point of view, because you allowed yourself to be patient. So being patient helps you become more empathetic, more tolerant, because you are understanding others better, right? And this is very important in emotional intelligence cultivation. And emotional intelligence really helps you to succeed much better than your knowledge. Nobody cares about your knowledge, but people care about how you care about them. If they feel that you care enough to want to show down and want to be patient to understand people, then you are a winner. Okay, and the most important thing, the last one, that a benefit is, it promotes appreciation for the present. My favorite one, live in the present, right? I always talk about, there you go. This patience encourages living in the moment and appreciating the journey. That's important. Not only live in the moment, but to appreciate the journey that we are going through. It's not about the destination. It's not about our dreams and all that. It's about how we are doing the journey towards the destination, towards the great. Okay, that's important. So these are the benefits of patience. Now we'll go and see, are there any ways to cultivate patience in daily life? Yeah, sure there are. We're going to go through all of them now. Okay, you want to be here and now. You want to be cultivating that awareness in the present moment. I don't like the term mindfulness because it has got some intonations that you have to have a full mind. No, you got to have a beginner's mind. You got to have a mind that is empty of preoccupations, all the thoughts. Now, what it is you have to have an empty mind. So I would call it empty mind is aware mind, awareness. That's what I call. Aware, present moment awareness is a better term. PMA. I think that's a easy way for people to remember. PMA, present moment awareness, right? When you are in the present, when you are really doing things in the present moment, automatically you will not allow all the things that take you away to be impatient, right? So that is one thing you want to cultivate, to be in the moment. Okay, and second thing is, set your expectations realistically. Okay, you don't want to expect anything from anybody unless they are capable of it or they need more training or whatever, right? But you can adjust your expectations to be more realistic, about the time and effort, uh, tasks and goals they require. So once you understand that, then it is easy to help them. So what helps is you can help reducing the feelings of urgency and stress. That's what you can do, when you lower your expectations. Take it granted that other people may have difficulty, so let me be patient. Okay, and then these days everybody is in a hurry, in a do stuff in so many seconds, multitasking. I think that's basically unnecessary. I do one task at a time. I always tell people, pay attention to every action. You may make a goal, you may have so many steps towards the goal, that's all fine. But then when you're actually doing the each step, pay attention to each step. So slow down, consciously slow your pace, whether it is speaking, eating, or working, whatever you're doing, taking things slower can help you cultivate a more patient attitude. This is about cultivating the patient attitude, that's why. And then the fourth one is, you want to reflect on the situations where you are impatient, where you felt impatient. Excuse me. So you can assess at the time by reflecting what triggered that impatience, you know, and you can think about how you can handle it differently in the future. That's the purpose of the reflection, right? And then once you reflect like that, your next behavior will be good. See, this is something I always advocate people to take time in the morning, in the evening, just before you go to sleep, and kind of reflect on the reactions that you had during the day. And it could be iterative process, it could be ongoing process where from your own reflections you can learn what are the things that you could do better. Not reflect for the sake of reflection, but the reflection for the sake of learning about yourself and adjusting your attitude, right? Um, then another thing that really helps you to be patient is deep breathing. See, whenever you find you are becoming impatient, take deep, slow breaths. That's important. Deep, slow breaths. See, it is a very effective technique to calm yourself down. Okay, quickly and regain your composure. That's why we want to do the deep breathing in this context. Okay, and then another thing that will help you is develop a routine. If you can develop a routine about things, then you can do them in flow in easily. Like if you have a activities that are inherently require patience, like gardening, cooking, and knitting. People need that, right? Anything that requires hand to mind coordination, anything that requires your fine movements of the hands, that requires some patience, right? So they can teach you not only to do the activity but also to enjoy the process, okay, and the gradual results as you doing slowly, as you plant the plants, for example, and then see them come up. You can put a seed and you can see that bud up, and then a small thing will go into bigger thing. That is a delight to watch that. I enjoy that. Okay, so these are all the how to incorporate the cultivating patience. Okay, I'm going to give you some practicing tips also, how to practice in patience on everyday basis. Okay. One thing is having reminders. Okay. Remind yourself of the benefits of being patient, not only for your well-being, like I explained all the stress that will result, but also for your relationships, how your relationship will grow when you are patient, right? I am very patient with my patients. When they come and all that, I will never let my mood go away, even though they are very aggressive or abusive or whatever. Fortunately, they are not abusive to me at any time. I didn't experience that. What I experienced was anxiety, concern, and all that. But I understood that empathetically, so I kind of let them express their feelings to me without any judgment. I think that wins a lot of friends, probably. For you, if you want to cultivate the patience in the daily life, um, reminders that you in the morning you go, in the evening go. Another thing that helps you is affirmations in the morning, like I'm going to be patient, I'm going to be listening to people, I'm going to empathetic, all the kind of thing will help you to remind that too, and another thing that is associated with the patience is if you practice gratitude. Suppose I go there, I'm privileged, I have economic means, I have status, I have all these things. So when I go there, people come there with the pain and stress, and people may be losing their livelihood because of the disease, whatever, right? When they are in that position, you be grateful for what you are, for your health, for your economic or other resources, then all that, if you remember how privileged you are, then it is much more easier to be patient with people who may be going through rough time, right? And then always seek support. So if things are really too much for you and you are not able to complete on time and you have that, then seek support. These days, you don't have to master everything. You only want to know where you want to go, what you want to do, and how can you get experts to help you. That kind of thing will be very good. As doctors, what happened was at one time, we are gods. We know everything. So whatever we want to do, we will do. That's the arrogance that bred. But as you go along, I have seen the transition from where there were no support staff in the sense except the nurse and the LPL, somebody helping with the patients cleaning and all that. Now we have a multidisciplinary team that have got specialized knowledge on physical therapy, occupation therapy, speech therapy, dietitian, psychologist, and so many things, right? So all these people will support you when you are doing. I'm talking as a physician, but in other jobs also you have so much support, right? You get the idea what I'm saying. There's so much there that we can lean on, so you don't have to be impatient just because you don't know it. And lastly, if you really want to be patient with everybody, and you got to be kind to yourself. That's where the everything starts. If you are kind to yourself, then you can develop patience. That's a process. Okay, so suppose you are impatient with somebody, somebody got you, somebody irritated you, then you can be compassionate with yourself by being impatient, but then learn and then improve that. Okay, that will really helps a lot. Just because we are somebody came and abused us, and then we have a limbic system reaction, that is a lower brain reaction, and that is what happens because we are basically animals, and then we elevate ourselves to the higher centers, right? So this is called smaller self versus higher self. If you are reacting impulsively, that comes usually from the smaller self. So be patient with yourself, that will be good. Okay, so making patience a fundamental part of your daily life, you not only improve your interactions and reduce stress, but also enhance your overall mental and emotional health. That's why this is part of the wellness. Okay, this practice really aligns perfectly with our holistic approach, which I employ to health, emphasizing the importance of patience. Okay, that is very, very important. Okay? It also emphasizes really our mental and emotional balance in overall well-being. Okay, so if you want to manage your mental reactions, emotional health, and you want to balance it with the holistic health we are talking about, you better be patient. Okay, uh, so I'm encouraging you to adapt patience as a key component of a healthy, balanced lifestyle, emphasizing the transformative power of in personal and professional relations. I hope I was able to convey all I wanted to convey about patients, how that is related to wellness, how that is improving our overall mental, emotional, and relationship health, and also improves our ability to achieve the long-term goals. See, you remember the initially I told you about prayers versus shreyas. Prayers is instant gratification. The way culture is evolving, the way everything is going faster and faster and faster, people want to achieve doing things in a very rapid way, in a hurried way, but they don't really understand how that is breeding more of stress and anxiety within each human being. That's why calm down, slow down, and go for the long term goals, which is the shreyas. Okay, don't for the instant gratification, but go for what is the benefit for me in the long run. That is called shreyas. Okay, in Sanskrit. So I remember those phrases very much. That's why instant gratification I don't do. So like I put a post or something, I don't really care how many people liked or not. I only care about did I communicate what I wanted to communicate. And if that touches somebody and they want to reach me, that's fine. Otherwise, my job is to communicate what I wanted to communicate, and it could be true or it could be something maybe skewed. So if that is the case, then I have to learn from it, right? But my job is to present it so that as a physician who is concerned about proactive wellness, I am conveying how to protect your wellness in the long term. Okay, so then you can get your wellness in the long term. Okay, so anybody has any questions, you can come up and I will answer those questions or listen to your own experience on being patient. There are people here that are new to me, I'm following them. Okay. So we are going to continue this series next Monday onwards again. But the one talk will be there. I'll be talking about uh, stretching, stretching our body. Say daily routine, how we can employ. stretching routines that will really take away your tenseness, your stiffness, and your general lack of energy bottled up in those tight spots, right? So cultivating this stretch is very important. I myself, I do my regular yoga in the morning, and then do the day when I'm working mostly on the online Zoom sessions, right? Consultations and talks, seeing videos, whatever, right? Then every 10-15 minutes, I get up and walk around and then stretch a little bit. And then I'm aware of which parts of my body is getting to be stiff. Then I go and stretch them. And by the end of the day, I don't have that lazy energy accumulated in my body. So I want to talk to you about it. Maybe I'll show you some people who are seeing me on the video on the LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube. You can see them physically, what I'm doing, and maybe you can adopt them too. If you are doing good stretches that work for you, you can come and share with us. Okay. So otherwise, Monday 8 p.m. I'll be here, 8 p.m. Central US time. I'll be here and I'll be continuing the series up until it reaches 60. That's the limit I put it. Another 20 days probably I'll be there. And then that means 4 more weeks, right? Okay. All right. If everybody is satisfied with what I told you, and then you have no questions, I will take leave from you, and I'll see you again on Monday. Thank you.